Which one is more accurate for health and fitness tracking? Apple Watch Ultra or Ultrahuman Ring AIR? In this video, you'll find out which one of those are better for tracking your calories, sleep tracking, steps, and which one has longer battery life. This one or this one? A few weeks ago, in a community post here on YouTube, I've asked you what would you like me to test while comparing these two devices. Based on results, it seems you were most interested in battery life and burned calories, so that's what I'm gonna focus on today. So let's just get right into it, shall we? Now, obviously, one device is a ring and the other one is a watch. That much is clear. I've actually done a full deep dive review of this Ultrahuman Ring AIR a couple of weeks ago, and you can check it out here. By the way, this is a different ring from the one you can see in the full review. That's because this is a brand new raw titanium finish, which was kindly sent to me by the Ultrahuman team. Now, the difference in form factor not only affects the way we interact with these devices, how well they fit with our outfits, but it also affects the way health and fitness information is recorded. And it might also have an effect on the accuracy of the data recorded. I'm not going to go into nitty-gritty detail on how each of them records your blood pressure and so on. Let's just get straight into what I found out after wearing both at the same time, night and day, for several weeks now. Right, battery life. One of the main reasons why many people still want to stay away from smartwatch. Idea of charging smartwatch every other day is just meh. So you probably know already that Apple Watch Ultra is marketed by Apple to last around 60 hours, which translates in around a day and a half of use from my experience. Let me explain. Apple says 60 hours, but that's in low power mode, when essentially your smartwatch becomes a dummy watch. And that's for Apple Watch Ultra 1, which I have here. On Ultra 2, they can say it can last 72 hours in low power mode and 36 hours of normal use. But in reality, based on my use, which includes wearing watch overnight for sleep tracking, combined workout which can last around an hour or hour and a half, my Apple Watch Ultra would usually last day and a half. I was never able to go and hit those 2 full days. Granted, I don't use my Ultra Gen 1 on cellular, but hey. Also, Apple Watch Ultra does support fast charging, but it's conditioned by at least 18-watt power adapter. USB-C magnetic fast charging cable with aluminium around the charger, not the plastic version, and it's supported only on Apple Watch Series 7 onwards. Apple Watch Ultra 1st and 2nd Gen, Apple Watch SE does not support fast charging. Ultrahuman says that their ring can last 6 days on one charge, which is true based on my experience. However, the Ultrahuman app also recommends charging it up to 80% instead of full 100% in order to prolong the lifespan of the tiny 24 mAh battery, resulting in 4 to 5 days of battery life. I mentioned fast charging with Apple Watch, therefore it's only fair to mention charging situation with Ring AIR. It only takes between 2 to 3 hours to charge the ring from 0 to 100% and roughly 1.5 hours to 80%. Nevertheless, this is a clear win for Ring AIR over the Apple Watch Ultra. I mean, this one was obvious to start with, but hey, at least you have more context now. As you can imagine, preparation for this video took a long time. YouTube isn't my full-time job, so if you are enjoying this video and you want to see more content like this, you know what to do. It really does help. So let's first look at the total burned calories on both Ultrahuman Ring AIR and Apple Watch Ultra. Before we dive in, I want to clarify that I'm simply comparing two devices and I'm not a scientist or health and fitness expert. Let's keep it fun and lighthearted for this comparison. Alright, let's get started. I have created these graphs based on all the data I've collected from the Ultrahuman app and the Health app, with no help whatsoever from ChatGPT. I wore both devices from April 1st until May 12th. And you can clearly see that on some days, both devices are very close, while on other days, recordings aren't so consistent. However, on certain days, the gap can be as large as 400 calories or even more. I tried charging both devices at the same time, but it's evident that Apple Watch needs to be charged more frequently than the Ring AIR. The weirdest anomaly can be seen during this period, where the Ring Air recorded significantly fewer calories than Apple Watch. The first few days were very close, even identical in some instances. It's important to consider that each of these devices measures these metrics slightly differently. To determine which one is more accurate, we will need a third device that we know is very accurate as a reference point. Since we don't have that, we can simply compare one to the other in this case. In case of sleep tracking, I want to compare two metrics: the time spent in bed and the time while I was actually asleep. Same dates and the same devices as before. Time spent in the bed varies possibly due to each device recording and interpreting. When comparing time asleep, we can see both devices were almost spot on for most days, showing that despite one being a ring and the other a watch, they can provide accurate measurements when compared to each other. I am pleased with this result, even though it's not a scientific comparison. If you're one of those people who want to hit around 10 to 15k steps a day, I am, even though I don't always do that. Then which one is more accurate? Well, I mean, this compare might not be as close match as the one we looked at the time asleep. However, it's still pretty good in my opinion, and I would trust both devices on tracking my steps. There is of course this weird dip here and here, but I think by looking in my spreadsheet, I simply left my ring behind when I went for a walk or something like that. But we can ignore that because we still have enough data to look at and compare. This is an odd one because Ultrahuman App is the only way you can see all your readings from the ring and is the only way you can interact with the ring. On the other hand, the Apple Watch obviously has nice bright OLED screen which can be used to display almost countless variations. That being said, this can also be a huge disadvantage. Besides the precise time information, this display also offers distraction, drains battery quicker and makes the watch bulkier and heavier. So while you have most of everything, you might wonder at your wrist at a glance, sometimes you might just want to switch off and unplug. This is where the ring shines. It's there, but it's not bothering you. It's not buzzing, it's not tapping, but it's still recording all your health and fitness stuff. You can probably see where I'm going with this. They're both fantastic devices, yet they are very different, designed for different groups of people. However, they can complement each other very much, as I found out in my preparation for this video. So which one should you pick and why? Well, let me sum it up while I'll try my best not to repeat myself. If you already own a smartwatch that you are happy with, or you prefer to wear a traditional watch, or you simply hate the idea of wearing a big bulky smartwatch that not only needs to be charged every few days but can become obsolete within 2 or 3 years, then the Smart Ring is something you might want to check out. On the other hand, if you prefer to see all your data on top of the time, of course, at any point at glance, go for a smartwatch, or in this case, the Apple Watch Ultra. A smartwatch can of course be more than just your health and fitness tracker. You can control your smart home with it, check the weather, reply to your messages, use it as a viewfinder for your phone's camera. You can use a flashlight, kind of. And of course, many more. The real question is that what you are after? I said it before, but I will say it again. What I love about the idea of Smart Ring is its simplicity and minimalism. It's always with you, but it's not intrusive in any way. And there's also another aspect to this, which I really want to highlight. The Ultrahuman team keeps adding more and more features almost weekly, it seems. And it's not just adding features for sake of it, but they are all meaningful. The app keeps evolving and the UI is changing in the way that while everything is still where you would expect it to be, it's just much cleaner, faster, and during my tests, there are added features such as stress rhythm and dynamic recovery. I'm not going to go into these features in this video because it would make it super long, but if you want to check out the Ultrahuman Ring for yourself, you can use the exclusive Decoding Labs code with a 10% discount. if you use the code on the screen, but it will also help support the channel. Link and all the details can be found in the video description. If you made it this far, I want to thank you. Let me know what else you would like me to do and test with this Ultrahuman Ring AIR. Also, be sure to check out my Instagram and other socials, link below, where I often post behind the scenes and other random stuff. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.